teaches me drills and I teach you drills. If I can do it, you can too. So, today we're back at the driving range and we're going to be continuing the split grip drill, but specifically focusing on using the driver. So let's just get into it.
Thanks, Cassie. Yeah, so today is a follow-up on the video from last week when we worked on the split grip drill. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through that drill again. You can see it right up there, so watch that video for the drill. But the point of today, and actually the point of last week, starting the split grip drill, was to try and make sure Cassie's driver was on a better arc. I'm going to show you a couple of videos in a second of Cassie's driving on the England tour from Coulston Court, Addington, and I'm going to show you a couple of the good ones. And the good ones is when the club comes round, strikes the ball, and she continues the arc. And she hit a couple of monsters, and I'll show you those as well. They went 180 yards without a great deal of effort when the sequencing was right. But then the ones that were not quite as good were the ones where the arms kind of lifted away from the body rather than around in an arc. And as she hits the ball, the arms drop back down and the club head is going from outside to in, and she's cutting it and the hands get ahead of the ball. And so that causes a big slice. And whilst she actually made good contact and it got out there, it put her into difficult positions that cost her maybe 2 or 3 shots. So this is Addington, and this was a great drive. She drove it out there about 160, 70 yards, letting the club swing. This was cool, same course, and this was even better. At this stage, she was swinging the driver great and not trying to overpower it by going hard, but letting the club head make the distance itself. Those two good ones. This one was at Coulston. She had to stay left and she cut it and put it behind that tree. Same day, pulled the hands through, out to in and cut it and behind the trees again. So it cost herself a couple of shots there. So, the split grip is obviously what it says. The goal is to make sure that this elbow and the forearm of the hand are with the shaft. We're going to go to the L. The hands drop first. The club head comes out. And then the club comes together and then carries on to the L the other side. The things to watch out are A, this right arm getting straight. That will bring us from out to in. We want it to be bent and in alignment with the driver. The second thing is to make sure the hands start the move, not the shoulders. So the arms start, the head comes out, and then you can go around in a circle. And it should look something like this. Okay, and we're only just hitting it nice and gently. That went 100 yards with the Cassie's driver with no effort, but it's all about getting the sequencing and making sure that the club goes round our body in a good arc and that the club gets back to the ball at about the same time as the hands, and the hands don't pull through, because if you have to split grip, you then have to flick it. That causes either a big hook or, if it doesn't work out in time, a massive slice. Okay, let's see one from down the line. So from down the line, go to the L, hands will drop, the club head comes out. This is the pivot early that we've talked about before. And then the club will swing to square, hit the ball, and then we continue the L on the other side. Okay, and that ball flew about 130 with no effort. So it's all about the sequencing. Once we get that, then we can do the same thing with our regular swing, and you'll find that swinging slowly will actually create a better result. Okay, let's see how Cassie does. And another great result. Over 100. Oh, now we're hitting absolutely beauties. That went out there. 135 yards. That's perfect. Dead straight. Beauty. Now that one you gave it a little bit more power. Went 130. Straight. It didn't cut, did it? We're going to do hands together now, and that was an absolute peach. Okay, so the split drill gives a good feeling of the speed we need. Then we can go to the hands together, and we do the same thing. That ball just went 150 with Cassie's driver with no effort whatsoever. So I want Cassie to just practice the drill with the split drill, put the hands together and do the same thing with the ball proper. Dead straight, 135 yards. Just a slight cut across, and it spins and runs to the netting there. Okay, that's the one we need to keep in check. Okay, so I've just reminded Cassie to make sure that right elbow is bent in line with the shaft, so that we don't have that one going away from her body in the takeaway, but around her body in a circle. Hold your posture. Perfect.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. Click the thumbs up button if you liked it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Click the notifications bell to get an email every time we post. And we post on Mondays and Wednesdays. Bye!